the fight that everybody was asking for, the fight that everybody was speculating to be made for this card. It's happening. It's official. Deji versus Swarmz for Misfits Series 7 on the undercard of KSI versus Joe Fournier is official. It's happening. And according to this guy down here, it's a co-main event. I didn't know that, actually. Actually, if we look at Tapology here, it does say co-main event. So who knows? You know, this is a 175-pound fight. I don't know if that's going to be, it will be a, how do you call it? A light heavyweight fight or a cruiserweight fight. That will remain to be seen, but very good fight. Very entertaining fight, very fun fight here. Two guys that are definitely on hype right now. Deji's coming off of the exhibition bout loss to Floyd Money Mayweather. If you all remember that. That one didn't count to his overall record. So if we're talking about his last fight that counted towards his record, it is a knockout win over Fuzi2, Youssef Erakat. Back in August for Misfits Series 1. Hasn't competed on Misfits since the first ever event that they held. Now he's coming back for Misfits Series 7. Another pay-per-view, which makes sense. Deji is a pay-per-view fighter. And yeah, it's going to be co-main event to his brother. So, you know, they're going to be fighting back-to-back there, which is pretty cool. Deji, in terms of my rankings, he's ranked only in light heavyweight. I have him ranked at number 3, tied with Alex Wasabi, who's also at number 3, who had beaten him before by split decision. For Swarmz, he is a top 10 fighter in cruiserweight, as I have him ranked at number 10, right behind Ginty and in front of Halal Ham. So this is a very fun fight. I don't know which weight is going to be contested at, but whatever weight, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. 4 rounds by 3 minutes. I think that's the right way to go. It's going to be a very fun fight, very entertaining as well. I expect action. Swarmz is coming off of a knockout win over Ryan Taylor. That was one of the fastest knockout wins of all time in YouTube boxing history. And also, I'm pretty sure it's the fastest knockout so far of the year of 2023 in terms of influencer boxing. So both of these guys are definitely on some hype. Everybody knows who Deji is. Everybody knows who Swarm is. These are two really big stars in the whole influencer boxing scene right now. So it's going to be a very fun fight. Early prediction, I'd have to go with, this is the thing, does Deji finish Swarmz? Does he finish Swarmz? I think early prediction is going to depend on how Swarmz approaches this fight, but also it's going to depend on if Deji is underestimating his opponent, which I don't think that's the case. Deji, it seems that he's been training very, very hard. He seems that he's actually been in the gym getting them hard rounds in. We've seen a lot of his sparring videos since his Mayweather fight. We've seen a lot of just him in the gym. I haven't really seen him outside of the gym, honestly. And for Swarmz, he didn't take any damage in his Ryan Taylor fight. I assume that it's fact that he's still losing weight. He's still on that fitness journey. And now that he's, you know, coming off of a win, and now that he's on hype, he's going to be very, very confident coming into this fight, unless the pressure of the opponent being Deji does get to him, which that remains to be seen. That will remain to be seen. And also, it's just going to depend on how both of these guys train for their specific opponents and how they will approach the fight, how they will feel coming into the ring. And I honestly think Deji will take the fight no matter what. I think that's just everybody's pick right now. I think Deji has to take this fight for sure. But that is the same thing that we said about Alex Wasabi. That's the same thing that we said about Vinny Hacker. But we also have to consider another thing, that this was a while ago. You know, his last loss was over a year ago. Since then, he's come back. He did very well in the Fuzi2 fight. Didn't do super well in the Floyd Mayweather fight. I think he could have done much more. But again, that's Floyd Mayweather. Swarmz is much different from Floyd Mayweather. I don't think Deji will approach this fight. How do you say it? I think he will approach this fight well. I think he will come in confident for sure. He'll come in trained, conditioned, and his cardio will for sure be in check like it was in the Mayweather and Fuzi2 fight. His cardio has definitely been improving as each fight goes on. And for Swarmz, he's constantly improving as well. His technique is much better. His power, his confidence. He's not afraid of punches anymore. Both of these guys are just constantly improving in their games. But as to who I think will win, Deji has much more experience. He's fought the much tougher opponents. I mean, you could talk about how, you know, Swarmz fought KSI, but also Deji has fought Floyd Mayweather, and it's just, I think Deji's the much better fighter. I think he's had the much more experience. He's fought a little bit of the tougher opponents. It's raining outside if you can hear that. And I think he'll get this done. I don't know how, though. I don't know if he'll knock Swarmz out. I don't know if I see that happening. But you know what? Early prediction. This is early. All right. This is subject to change. It's probably going to change, as the fight approaches in May 13th. So early prediction now. I'll say Deji by, since it's four rounds, I'm going to go Deji by third or fourth round finish. TKO or KO, whichever. But I think Swarmz either won't be able to beat the count or his corner will throw in the towel, whichever it may be. I have Deji winning by finish in a late round. So that's my early prediction there. Super fun fight. Very good co-main event for a pay-per-view. And very excited. Very, very excited. Also, I forgot to talk about another fight that got announced. Tennessee Thresher versus Paige Made, which I'm pretty sure she has like a different stage name, kind of like how Brandon Scott has Swarmz. She has a different stage name. I forgot what it was, though. You can go search it up if you want. But yeah, we got 3 official confirmed fights, and usually we for a Misfits card we get around 6 or 7 or 8. We usually get around 7 fights. So we've got at least 4 fights left to be announced. Maybe a few of them will get canceled. Maybe a few of them will get even more fights announced because Misfits is apparently bringing in prelims. So who knows how many fights we'll have by the time fight day comes. But until then, we've still got a couple more fights to be announced. There is a rumored fight between Salt Poppy and Callum Izzard, so there's that as well. It's an unconfirmed rumor. It's not been confirmed by Misfits Boxing. The only fights that have been confirmed by Misfits Boxing are these 3. So very excited for those fights there, and very excited for this co-main event as well. It's going to be fireworks for sure.